Hey everybody, I'm going to tell you about Marbury v. Madison and why you should care about it. Ding ding. First off, in 1800, Federalist John Adams lost an election to anti-Federalist Thomas Jefferson. They were different parties. They didn't like each other very much. So, 2 days before Jefferson became president, Adams appointed a bunch. This is Adams, by the way. Look at his hair. He appointed a bunch of new judges so that a lot of court decisions would be made in favor of the Federalists, even though the anti-Federalists were coming into power. Now, when the Jefferson administration came into power, 2 days later, they didn't feel like giving a lot of those judges their jobs. See, some of the judges hadn't fully gotten passed and hadn't gotten their signature from the Secretary of State under John Adams. And Jefferson didn't feel like giving them their jobs, so he told his Secretary of State not to give those people their appointments. One of them got mad. His name was Marbury. He was pretty mad. He sued the government to try and get his job. Now, he won, but that's not the important part of this story. The important part of this story is that the Supreme Court looked at the Judiciary Act. That was the act that told Congress how they set up judges, how they do lots of different things in relation to the courts, because the Constitution wasn't very specific about them. And when they looked at it, they said that one of the powers within the Judiciary Act went beyond what the Constitution said it could do. It was unconstitutional. They ruled that a little part of that law should not have been allowed at all, because the Constitution, pretty much like a rule book for how Congress, how the president, how the judicial branch, how all of it all works together, they said that this part of the law broke that rule book, so it had to go away. Supreme Court had never done this before. This wasn't a power that was specifically said in the Constitution. But President Jefferson didn't do anything about it. He didn't like the ruling, but he didn't say that the court shouldn't have the power to do that. Congress didn't say that the court shouldn't have the power to do that. So the court kind of just had the power to do that. Justice John Marshall, who we're seeing right here, took some power for the court and established its ability to have judicial review. That's why we care about Marbury v. Madison.